Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, officials announce the cause of a chemical fire in Solvay, New York.
And SUNY Oswego's Living Writers series welcomes a comedian.
Plus, a SUNY Oswego student and VCA is calling for the unionization of resident assistants.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gabrielle Legatella.
And I'm Matt Bly.
As we begin tonight with the news of a possible union forming among some resident life and housing student employees, a SUNY Oswego student and village community assistant is calling for the unionization of resident assistants on campus through a petition. As of our air date, more than 160 people have signed that petition. The student who started the petition, Aziz Sarim Sakov, says the call to unionize is because of ongoing issues RAs and VCAs are facing.
In an email sent to RAs, Sarim Sakov says RAs and VCAs are not fairly compensated for their work and are not recognized as students. The petition says staff are facing a lack of support for potentially traumatic and demanding situations they deal with on the job, among other issues.
Tonight we reached out to the Division of Student Affairs for comment, but have not yet heard back. When we find out more, we'll let you know. For those interested, the Vice President of Student Affairs is having a meeting to discuss the situation. That meeting is happening Thursday at 10 a.m. in Culkin Hall, room 711. SUNY Oswego Student Employees Federated Appeal Committee is planning fundraisers to connect with October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. These fundraisers benefit the Oswego County Opportunities Cancer Services Program. Activities include a pink apparel sale that runs the whole month of October, a Pink the Rink women's hockey game on Saturday, October 21st, and a Wear Pink Day on Friday, October 27th.
If you're looking for a good laugh, look no further. Comedian Kimberly Clark joins Oswego's Living Writers class virtually via Zoom on October 18th at 8 p.m. Kimberly Clark is recognized for her appearances on Tiffany Haddish Presents, Last Comic Standing, and The Late Night Show with James Corden. The event is free of charge and open to the public this Wednesday.
Longtime SUNY Oswego music faculty member Julie Pretzat will lead the Syracuse Vocal Ensemble next Sunday in a choral concert titled An American Tapestry. The concert includes music and styles to represent the ensemble's 50-year history. Pieces from professors at both SUNY Oswego and Syracuse University will be performed. The event will be held in the Sheldon Hall Ballroom at 3 p.m. Sunday, October 29th.
Get ready for SUNY Oswego's annual Arts and Technology Iron Pour. Our Ed Lundquist has the story. Ed, what can you tell us?
The Iron Pour is a collaboration between the Technology Department and the Art and Design Department. In it, scrap iron will be heated until it is molten, then poured into molds made by students to cool and create new cast iron sculptures and designs. The event will be held in the pit north of Tyler Hall on Friday, October 20th from 1 to 5:30 p.m. and will feature music from the Digital Music Association Club here on campus. It is free and open to the public, so be sure to come by and watch the process. Reporting for WTOP-10, I'm Ed Lundquist. Back to the desk.
The weather has been chilly and awfully windy lately.
But how long will the chilly weather last? Let's head over to our Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist, Evan Bedron.
Unfortunately, that chilly and windy weather won't be going away anytime soon. Tomorrow we are expecting another chilly and crisp day in Oswego. Wind out of the north. Looking across the state at our temperatures right now, 55 in Oswego, 54 in Rochester, Buffalo sitting at 51. Much of the state in the lower 50s, upper 40s, and look at that, North Dansville at 43 degrees. We are getting around that time of year where we will be seeing some frost advisories start being sent out by the National Weather Service. More of my full forecast coming up after the break, but first, back to the desk.
Evan, thank you for that report. Officials say the chemical fire near Solvay, New York has not caused any health problems for residents. Earlier today, a fire erupted in two 40-yard dumpsters containing multiple chemicals. The fire caused a large plume of orange smoke to fill the area. Residents were advised to stay inside as the smoke consumed the local area. After investigation, the fire was deemed not harmful and there were no negative health issues reported.
Today, Governor Kathy Hochul announced New York State's plan to fund comprehensive, integrated outpatient treatment programs for addiction. More than $4.7 million will be given to support these new programs. This is the second round of funding for these programs, and funds are awarded through the state's Opioid Settlement Fund. Governor Hochul said far too many New Yorkers have been impacted by addiction, and my administration remains committed to addressing the opioid and overdose epidemic across the state.
Asylum seekers in New York were evacuated from a Staten Island shelter today because of fire code violations. The New York Fire Department inspected the shelter and found many safety hazards for people to stay. Those evacuated were seen getting onto a bus with suitcases and bags in hand. It remains unclear where they will be housed next. There are reports that fire officials also found violations at about 6 other shelters. Still ahead, Congress has a vacancy for the Speaker of the House. Who could fill up that position?
Plus, what the United Nations is saying about the unfolding humanitarian crisis in Gaza. We'll be right back.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill
Should we
told me it
tell
was
him?
Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm Chief Meteorologist Evan Bedron. Looking at Oswego's current conditions, temperature about 45. That feels like 49. And like Matt and Gabriella said, it's been really crisp and chilly in Oswego the past couple of days. But there is some end in sight as we will see some sun starting to return to the area along with some mild temperatures. North wind about 10 miles per hour. Precipitation been very low lately as showers are starting to move out of our area. And looking at the delivery forecast for tomorrow as you head out the door, if you have any packages expected to get delivered. Most of the rain will be expected early in the morning, 5 a.m., 50% chance of rain, 9 a.m., 40% chance. These will mainly be lake effect showers, so very scattered, so not a broad area of rain to worry about. And it's throughout the rest of your day, all the way to 8 p.m., those chances start to dwindle off to 10%. And you may be wondering why these rain showers have been sticking around the area. That's because this low pressure here all the way in the Atlantic coast has been sitting there for the past couple of days. We do have this high pressure here that will be making its way over to our area over the next couple of days, bringing a lot of dry conditions back to our area. This is Tuesday, 5:30 in the morning, so tomorrow morning as you head out the door to class and work, and as you go throughout the rest of the day until Wednesday at midnight, the high pressure again will be sitting about Canada. We do have another high pressure here down in the south, which will be providing some warm air to rise north to our area, providing some relief to these chilly and cold temperatures that we've been seeing these past couple of days. Those will move off to the Atlantic, and Oswego will be sitting pretty dry as we go through the rest of your Wednesday into Wednesday night. And looking towards Thursday, we will see a low pressure here off in the Midwest. That will start making its way over to our area, providing some more rain and colder temperatures to our area. So another soaker of a weekend ahead for Oswego. So if you have any weekend plans, you may want to cancel those early on, especially if you have any sports events or sporting games. Definitely be on the lookout for any cancellations as you go throughout the rest of your week into the weekend. Looking at our 7-day, 58 degrees, chance of showers tomorrow a low around 45. Wednesday and Thursday, those temperatures will start to increase as we do have high pressure dominating our area. Maybe have a couple PM showers though as you head throughout the rest of your Thursday into your Thursday afternoon. And then as you go through Friday and Saturday, those temperatures will start to decrease. Friday sitting at 64, Saturday 58, lows staying around the lower 50s, upper 40s. And as you go through the rest of your weekend into Monday, those rain showers will start to taper off, but we will see some isolated showers stick around our area on Monday. This will generally be lake effects, so nothing too much to worry about, as those chance of precipitation will be about 30 to 40% chance. And as we go out the rest of the next week, we will see those clouds sticking around the area along with those chilly and colder temperatures. That's all from our forecast. Now back to the desk.
Earlier today, Kathy Hochul announced a plan to invest $20 million to advance AI research. As Governor Hochul says, the research will be a collaboration between the University of Albany, IBM, and a SUNY AI research group. This investment is also attracting other companies creating new jobs. The AI research plans to improve security, education, social impact, research, and infrastructure along with the workplace.
Governor Kathy Hochul has condemned the murder of a young Palestinian-American boy in Illinois on the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. Authorities say a Chicago area landlord brutally stabbed 6-year-old Wadi Al-Fayoum 26 times and seriously wounded his mother over the weekend. Governor Hochul posted on X calling the murder abhorrent and unacceptable. The 71-year-old man faces murder and hate crime charges in this case.
More than a week after Israel's relentless bombardment of Gaza, UN Security General Antonio Guterres has called on Israel to open a safe aid delivery corridor to Gaza. UN Humanitarian Office, also known as OCHA, warns that hospitals in Gaza only have 24 hours more of fuel reserves, putting thousands of patients at risk. OCHA has expressed deep concern about the worsening humanitarian crisis in Gaza and the fate of Israeli hostages.
We need, of course, Israeli agreement as well. We've been negotiating strongly with them. And then, of course, we need the support and the viability of operations in Gaza.
UN says they have convoys of food, water, and medicine parked just 1 kilometer outside of Gaza. Drivers await Israel's green light to get the bare essentials to the 2.3 million Palestinians trapped in Gaza. Republican Representative Jim Jordan is pushing to be the next Speaker of the House. He's hoping to succeed the recently ousted Kevin McCarthy, who lost the role a few weeks ago.
As John Lornick reports, Jordan is now facing an uphill battle in his quest due to some in the House GOP.
It's been 13 days since Representative Kevin McCarthy was voted out as Speaker of the House, and the role is still vacant.
It's time to end the Republican Civil War so we can get back to doing the business of the American people.
The Republican conference nominated Rep. Jim Jordan of Ohio for Speaker last week. However, numerous GOP sources tell CNN dozens of House Republicans will vote no for Jordan.
Nothing's impossible, but it's going to be really, really difficult based on what I'm hearing.
To become Speaker of the House, a nominee has to secure the majority of the full House, which, because of 2 vacancies, is 217 votes. That means any Republican, in this case Jordan, can only lose 4 GOP votes if the Democrats unanimously vote for Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
We want to ensure that votes are taken on bills that have substantial Democratic support and substantial Republican support, so that the extremists aren't able to dictate the agenda.
The House is expected to hold a vote for House Speaker on Tuesday, according to an email CNN obtained from House Minority Whip Catherine Clark.
We have a lot of people on the bench. I think Jim Jordan will be an excellent speaker. I think he'll be able to get to 217. If not, we have other leaders in the House.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
CNN reports that Jordan has had some positive talks with some House members and that he may call for multiple ballots on Tuesday if necessary.
The expense of U.S. wildfires is shockingly higher than what previous government reports have estimated. A new congressional report suggests that wildfires could be costing the U.S. economy as more than $800 billion each year. That's more than double what was previously thought when a Trump administration report projected the annual cost. The new report included the impact on real estate value, premature deaths, and health risks from wildfire smoke, threats to watersheds, and income loss.
When WTOP-10 nightly news continues, the prices for oils have increased.
And the FDA plans to ban menthol cigarettes.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy.
Look at the bling. Do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10
out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back, and thank you for choosing WTOP-10 for your nightly news. In consumer news,
due to the rising tension in the Middle East, the price for oil has gone up. The international prices for oil have risen up to $91.20. The U.S. benchmark prices for oil briefly rose to $87.68. Some analysts are even expecting prices to hit $100 a barrel because of the regional escalation.
Swifties swiftly filled up the movie theaters as the film version of her Eras Tour released this weekend. David Daniel has a look at the movie's surprising path to the movie theaters.
Welcome to the Eras Tour!
Taylor Swift's late August announcement that a film of her Eras Tour would hit theaters took everyone by surprise.
This was completely out of nowhere, it seems. A dream come true and music to the ears of theater owners.
Box office analyst Paul Degarabedian says fans immediately began buying advance tickets like it was, well, a Taylor Swift tour.
They had pre-sales that were reported to be early on within the first 24 hours at about $29 million.
Multiple theater chains are reporting record pre-sales. That made Friday the 13th a scary release date for other studio films.
Very notably, The Exorcist Believer, which was set for that Friday the 13th, appropriately enough, they had to move back to the 6th.
Start over, start fresh, create the new. That's what the Renaissance is about.
Eras isn't the only major music tour headed to theaters. Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé, chronicling the tour that drew 2.7 million fans, figures to bring more to theaters when it opens December 1st.
I think we're going to see a renaissance, if you will, in the whole genre of concert films and music in theaters.
It's going to be called the Eras Tour. See you there.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The concert film has accumulated around $93 million during its debut week.
Netflix plans to open locations for fans to immerse themselves in their favorite Netflix shows. They will be called Netflix houses, and it will have different rotating installations. Fans will be able to buy products based on the show and even play games and eat foods that are based on the shows. Netflix plans to launch the first 2 locations in 2025 before globally expanding.
The White House announced it is reviewing an FDA plan to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. Approval from the Office of Management and Budget is the last step before finalization, although exactly when that could happen is not yet known. Scientists say menthol makes smoking more addictive and appealing to young people. In fact, the CDC reports more than half of kids who do smoke use menthol products. Experts predict the tobacco industry will fight this ban in court if it gets final approval. Coming up in sports, Zach Malamud.
Zach, can you give us a quick preview?
Thanks, guys. We had opening night of hockey this weekend. Plus, I'll give you a recap of a wild Sunday in the NFL. All of this and more after the break.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Zach Malamud with your Monday Night Sports Report. Starting on the ice, the Oswego State men's hockey team began their preseason with a bang in a 9-1 victory over Kings College on Saturday. It was Kings who opened the scoring just a couple minutes in, but the Lakers' firepower was too much with 9 unanswered goals. Senior Noah Bull was the star of the show in this one with 2 goals and 2 assists on the night for the Lakers. Oswego won the shots on goal battle 52-17 and will hope to carry that momentum into Saturday night's matchup against Alvernia at the Deb. From the Deb to Max Seal Gym, the Oswego State volleyball team celebrated Senior Day on Saturday with a 3-2 victory against Oneonta. The Lakers celebrated 6 seniors, with one of them, Kaylee Troy, tallying 19 digs in a match for the 4th time this season. Junior Cara Simplicio was on fire once again with a match-high 15 kills, with a couple of them coming in the 5th and final set. The Lakers will head to Western New York for the weekend with matchups against Buffalo State and Fredonia on the horizon. We move to Western New York, where the 15-point favorite Buffalo Bills narrowly got by the New York Giants 14-9 on Sunday Night Football yesterday. This one came down to the final seconds, with Giants quarterback Tyrod Taylor unable to find tight end Darren Waller in the back of the end zone as time expired. The struggles continue for New York's offense, as they haven't found the end zone since September 21st. Both teams have divisional matchups next week, with the Giants hosting the Commanders and the Bills facing the Patriots in Foxborough. Moving back to the ice, the New York Islanders got their season underway with a 3-2 victory over the Buffalo Sabres on Saturday night. In front of a sold-out crowd at UBS Arena, it was Casey Cizikas who was the hero on a deflection with under 7 minutes to go, giving the Isles the lead and the win. New York moves to 1-0 on the year, with Buffalo dropping to 0-2. The Islanders will defend home ice once again on Tuesday night when they host the Arizona Coyotes, with puck drop set for 7:30. Now let's take things to MetLife Stadium. Eagles undefeated, taking on the 2-3 Jets. We start in the second quarter. Eagles up 7-3. Jalen Hurts finds top weapon. A.J. Brown spins through a couple tackles all the way down inside the 5. 2 plays later, Hurts drops back, throws it short to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield, bounces off a couple tackles into the end zone for the touchdown. The Eagles take a 14-3 lead on Hurts' 7th passing touchdown of the year. But credit to the Jets, they stuck around in this one. We go to the fourth, Eagles lead 14-12. Verge kicker Jake Elliott somehow shanks it from 37 yards. Lead still stands at 2. 2 minutes to go. Eagles with a chance to ice it on 3rd and 9. And Hurts throws it off his back foot into the hands of Jet safety Tony Adams. He'll take it all the way down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. A huge mistake by Hurts, and the Jets would make him pay. Next play from scrimmage, Zach Wilson hands it off to Breece Hall. He'll walk into the end zone for the touchdown. The Jets take their first lead of the game with under 2 minutes to go. Eagles with one last chance. Hurts on 4th and 8. He buys some time, takes a deep shot. Devonta Smith. Jordan Whitehead is there to break it up, and the defending NFC champions get their first loss of the year. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
A Harvard student says he has achieved a long-time dream by thinking outside the box, but staying within a 1,500-pound pumpkin. Benjamin Chang successfully crossed the Charles River in Massachusetts by means of a giant pumpkin. And yes, pumpkins do float.
Chang picked up the gourd at a New Hampshire farm, which he and his friends wheeled to the river Saturday morning. They spent nearly 2 hours carving the pumpkin before it started paddling it to the Boston side of the river. Chang and his friends used the event to raise money for Harvard's student-led bioengineering lab. People donated in order to get a chance to row the pumpkin along the shore before Chang set out across the river. So Evan, can we get a final weather check before we end off tonight?
Yeah, so we're looking at more cold and windy conditions that we've been experiencing this past weekend. We do have a bit of a break on Wednesday and Thursday, though, with temperatures nearing 70 degrees on Thursday, but the rain will be returned this weekend. So some sports matches outdoors may get canceled this weekend.
All right, thank you.
That's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for the interview show.
Thank you for watching.
And have a great night, everyone.